Welcome back to the program.
Now, is teenage pregnancy really on the rise in Kenya? Recent headlines have led to a heated debate about the issue. It was sparked when Education Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed claimed that a high number of girls had become mothers during the KCPE exams, that's Kenya's Certificate of Primary Education exams, usually taken by pupils aged between 13 and 14.
We have detected a high number of candidates who became mothers during the 3 days of KCPE. If this is happening all year round, then the country could be facing a real crisis.
Her words provoked a swift reaction on social media. It includes the appearance of one widely shared post that falsely claimed girls were breastfeeding during exams. It alleged that 19 out of 30 girls in one class in Chabera Mixed Secondary School were feeding their babies in the classroom. The post was often shared alongside a photo showing what appears to be a line of young women wearing blue uniforms, each carrying a baby. However, an investigation by BBC's Reality Check found that not only does the school not exist, the photo was actually taken in Tanzania and shows young women walking children to a daycare center. Such social media posts and sensational headlines may have clouded the debate about the rates of teenage pregnancy in Kenya, but the issue remains a widespread concern. So, what is the reality? According to United Nations statistics, in 1989, 14% of girls had their first child in their teens. In 1998, the proportion of teenage mothers rose to 17% and to 19% in 2003. But since then, it's been in decline. In 2014, the rate fell to 18%. This basically means that nearly 1 in 5 teenage girls are mothers. So, whilst posts and numbers on social media may sometimes be fake, the crisis appears to be real. With us in studio is a United Nations resident coordinator here in Kenya, Siddharth Chatterjee, to get into these numbers. Thank you, Mr. Chatterjee, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Now, let's start off with the UNFPA numbers, starting from 1989 all the way to present day. If we look at the graph, it shows kind of a steady decline. Is that the situation on the ground?
Actually, that graph could actually be highly deceptive because year on year, every day 3,000 Kenyans are born.
Wow.
Every year, close to 1.2 million Kenyans are being born in this country.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a matter of fact, if you look at the UNFPA report, which is a fantastic, very well-researched report,
mm-hmm.
it actually shows that between the period of June 2016 to June 2017, in a span of 1 year, close to 380,000 teenage pregnancies between the age group of 10 to 19.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I call that a national crisis. I call it a crisis of health. I also call it a crisis of education. I call it a crisis of opportunity.
Wow. So there have been reports, especially circulating on social media, about teen pregnancy just being out of control and schools being made up and pictures circulating on social media showing girls going to breastfeeding classes. And these reports have actually been proven to be false. Does this have kind of an effect in what we're dealing with right now?
Actually, no. I mean, you know, social media is social media, so they kind of propagate and exaggerate. But let's hear what the country's education minister said. She called it a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
She said we can't afford to put it under the carpet any longer.
Mm-hmm.
We need to deal with it head on.
Yeah.
Just like the Deputy President, Mr. William Ruto, too, raised an alarm on this issue because it will have a deleterious effect on the development of the country. You know, Kenya is at the cusp of a demographic dividend.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have girls who are empowered, educated, and given the right skills and opportunities, we will not be able to benefit from the economic opportunities in front of us.
Absolutely. You talked about the empowerment of the girl child. And of course, the primary disseminator of information here in Africa is the media. So is there a role, in your opinion, that we can play as the media to empower the girl child and deal with this crisis?
I think the primacy, as I said, of comprehensive sexuality education is absolutely crucial. There is nothing better than the power of information when a girl can make informed choices.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that can come only when there is a proper program of this sort in school, starting at an early stage. The media can play a crucial role of keeping the girls informed about their rights. As I said, you know, the primacy of sexual reproductive health and rights is going to be crucial if we want to win on the Big Four agenda that President Kenyatta is talking about. Universal health coverage cannot be achieved without sexual reproductive health and rights. So it's absolutely going to be critical.
All right, so information is key.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chatterjee, for coming through.
My pleasure.
Back to you, Ian.